In meditation, person must see the calmness of the mind. And the example was Nistaranga Jalarasi in a lake. There is no waves. So when there is no waves, you can see how the mind becomes calm over there. Whereas when you sit near the sea, you see the mind is entirely different. Because the difference is this, that near the sea, you have to close your eyes to slow down your mind. Whereas here, the lake, that which is free from waves, just watching that, mind itself becomes calm. So while discussing these points, so one is supposed to understand I am free from all kalas, and that too nitya muktaha, and being free, ever free. That means what? And of course, I am somebody what? Vibhakta murtihi, individual form. And then what happens? I don't have to be bothered. Flow like a river. While discussing this talks, the next verse, let us look at. Ekameva sadaneka karanam karanantara nirasa karanam karya karana vilakshanam swayam brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmane. So, ekam eva sat aneka karanam. Being one, now as an existence, it becomes the cause of me. We have seen all these prakriyas in details, nothing to talk. That's why if the Viveka Chudamani is being taken just after Tattvabodha or a few other small text, then everywhere needs a lot of explanation. Whereas for all of you, after seeing few Upanishads, it is just refreshing the methodology of teaching. Don't say refreshing memory, okay? So refreshing the methodology of teaching, okay? Because if you say, Swamiji, really, you refresh the memory. Thank you. So can you see the subtle difference? Refreshing the memory, refreshing the teaching, methodology of teaching. How? So there, here what happens? Being one existence. So this consciousness again becomes the cause of meaning, in fact cause of everything. So the entire universe becomes the carrier, becomes the product. And interestingly, says that beautifully, later on what he does, karanantara nirasat karanamiti. At the same time, what it does, it refutes all other causes. being highlighted as the material cause. And interestingly, Karya Karana Vilakshanam Swayamiti, which we saw in Mundaka Upanishad. Karanam Brahma, we have been talking long discussion, finally in Mundaka, or Karanam Brahma iti. So the Brahman is not Karanam either, you remember? So that logic, that discussion we had, so some of you had big confusion. So Amiji, if this is the case, why did we study all these things? From the beginning you started highlighting Karanam Brahma, Brahma is the Karanam, Brahma is the cause, Brahma is the cause. Now finally you say Brahman is not cause. Hey, we earlier knew that Brahman is not cause, then what did you do? So we have gone through in details. Because to say that to say that Brahman is the Karanam, so Karanam implies Karyam. So wherever there is a Karanam, there is a Karyam. Without Karyam, there is no Karanam. Without effect, there can be any cause. So that means the moment you say Brahman is a Karanam Brahma, that means there is duality. So without duality, there cannot be Karanam Brahma. So in Mundaka Upanishad it was dismissed. Hey, look, we took that methodology of teaching to explain. That is what is being taught this point here, okay? So we took that example or all this methodology of teaching, we took it to establish that the Brahman is both material and efficient cause. So Maya Sameta, that's why he brought in Maya. Then after that what happens? Hey, that is also wrong. Please drop it. Don't hold on to that. Then you will end up what? In different religious group. So however, so here it says, Karya Karana Vilakshanam iti Soyam. So that means what? I don't have to hold on to any status. So when I don't hold on to any status, so definitely I see a change in me. The softness is considered as your weakness. Toughness is considered as rudeness. Tell me what to do. So somewhere you have to balance, you understand? The story goes, the snake came across a great saint, that to King Cobra, black cobra, not King Cobra, Krishna Sarpa. And in fact this story was taught in our childhood. Because this black serp was so ferocious, it never allows anybody to pass by. Will chase, will bite, many people died. In fact, time came that particular path was abandoned by everybody. So one day one sadhu wanted to pass by. So from the beginning of the villagers they said, look, there is a cobra. That too, this black cobra does not allow anybody. It's very ferocious. Sadhu said, no problem, let me go, we'll see. Interestingly, the sadhu had the power to talk, to understand the language of snakes. And when he came, so automatically this king, cobra, this black cobra came to attack. So sadhu could talk the language of snake. Hey, hold on. Then the snake was shocked and surprised. How come this human being can talk like this? So then again, then they had a talk. Sadhu said, look, it's not right, whatever you are doing. Yes, if you are affected, then you can do it. But nobody has changed, neither I have changed. Why did you try to do it? And all people are scared. This is such a good shortcut road and everybody is afraid of you. So now promise to me that today onwards you should not bite. Okay? I decide not to do that. So sadhu passed by. As sadhu passed by, they saw sadhu has come, so then people started slowly with fear and all these things, they started also walking, somehow managed. They discovered no cobra, nothing. and sometimes they saw, but fellow was going away, and of course they didn't bother. So people started walking. As usual, a few naughty children. So they came across this snake, and this fellow was running away because he has not decided not to bite anybody. So when the fellow was running away, these children also ran behind the snake, and of course got hold of it, gave left, right, he did all these things. Poor fellow could not get up. Again somehow got the strength, again tried to survive. Every time children, whenever they wanted to have fun, they used to come and hit and go back. And after a few days, the sadhu again came back. As he was coming back, this snake was hiding somewhere, suddenly came and said, look, listening to your advice, I made a mistake. There was a time everybody was afraid of me. Everybody was running away. Now look at, now time has come, seeing them, I am running away. And in spite of me running away, they do not look at my situation, what they have done. The sadhu felt very bad. He said, look, this is the problem with you. You didn't understand completely. I told you not to bite. But I have never said you not to hiss, not to chase. Definitely I have said don't bite. But you must not stop chasing. You must not stop hissing. You have, that is your quality. You must hiss, stand on and possible chase. Oh, this is called realization, okay? You understand? Oh. And of course, the story goes further. As usual, the snake lived happily. People also were equally careful while moving on that road. Children never try to play with. Like that, sometimes in life, we have to do. There is no other alternative. Coming back to the point. So here, so the Brahman is neither Karana, so free from Karya Karana impact, Karya Karana relationship, and being that, what it communicates is that in my meditation, let me not entertain any role, including the role of a meditator. Because sometimes, the moment I close my eyes, knowingly or unknowingly, the role of meditator comes. That also need to be dropped. Let us look at the next verse. But we have to complete this faster, okay? Nirvikalpaka mananipamaksharam yakshara vilakshanam param nityamabhyaya sukham niranjanam brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani. Such beautiful. Nirvikalpaka. So, generally, vikalpa means modification. So, whatever is created, whatever is the product of Maya especially, definitely that is a vikalpa. And free from all vikalpa, changes. So when we are talking about nirvikalpaka, the first type of vikalpa is our agitations. The modifications that happens in the mind through the vasana. So I am someone free from all sort of modifications. So that means if any modification, any thought comes, any changes that happens during meditation time, let me not give any importance. But generally what happens? You know better. Shiva, 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 Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Shiva Raman. I don't know why the Shiva Raman comes, okay? We should change, okay? Om Namo Narayanaya, because it takes a long time, so that's why it doesn't fit, okay? Om Namo Narayanaya, Narayanam. You understand? That fellow, don't talk. So when a modification that takes place in my mind, now instead of witnessing, I become one with that modification. In fact, I lend my power. And because of my power, that thought becomes stronger. So here is we say, nirvikalpakam. That means what? I need to allow the vasanas to pop up and let me not get contaminated, get carried away. Let me allow it. And of course he says, not only that, analpam. So analpam means that which is not alpam, means finite. So alpam means finite. That which is not finite means infinite, unlimited. So that means again what? Whatever is finite, whatever is limited, that is conditioned. So that means again what we need to look at? Let me be free from all sort of conditionings. That I need to be careful. And also aksharam. So ksharam means that which gets destroyed. Ksharatiti, that is subject to be destroyed. Here akshara means that which never gets destroyed. And that means what? It is very nicely what we call as that which is called changeless. And very nicely, here says, yat kshara akshara vilakshanam. That means that which is other than what? Both kshara and akshara. That means this is not something is considered that which is destroying and not destroying, because again same thing, karanam akaranam brahma concept. And interestingly, nitya avaya avyaya sukham iti. So that means what? Nitya avyaya sukham, the happiness. Nitya, eternal, because of purnatvat. At the same time, avyaya, vyarahita. So that means what? It never goes through this any vyaya, destruction, because the concept is here purnatvat, because it is full and complete. And niranjana. So niranjana means what? No anjanam, no tent. So without what we call as any these gunas, mainly tamas and rajas. Of course sattva. So free from all gunas. Because wherever there is this guna sattva, mainly tamas, rajas and tamas, there is some anjana, there is some type of tent. So free from that. And of course, that is me, Brahman. That Brahman is me. Let me meditate upon. Again, as we are looking at these verses carefully, these verses only reminds us that how to withdraw one's own mind from the external sense subject world to one's own self. It is exactly like a child. When child, in our time, okay, nowadays it's different, okay? Because nowadays is a funny thing. When child is in the house with the parents, child is very good. Our time, okay? That's why I'm using it very carefully. Nowadays, children are more powerful and devil when they are with the parents. Because there is no relationship, parent and child, both are friends. Hi dude, you understand? Hi dude, what's up? Father feels very proud. Ayyo Rama. Hey, your child is a child. Do not friend with a child. Sick people, because all these youngsters, especially I know, hopefully some of you must not be doing, okay? So, hi dude, but the child will ask, hi dude, what's up? There should be, some respect. And you think when that child will grow up, will learn anything in life? Will never learn anything in life. That's why present generation, I am sorry to divert a little bit here, carefully I am diverting. Why this relationship, wife and husband are becoming bad? Mainly because of upbringing. I will never blame the child. I will always point out, I will neither blame parents, okay? I don't have right. But definitely I will point out the upbringing of parents. Let us look at especially girl, because I am very particular about ladies. The reason is why men are hopeless. Only they boss over, do nothing. Because the God has created in that way, whether you accept it or not. The patience, the kindness, the tolerance level that a woman has, I am sure no man has. This is the truth. This is the reality. The care and concern, in a long run, that you will get from a girl, from a woman, you will never get from a man. Either will overdo or not to do. You understand? That consistency you will never see. Best example is any man. I am challenging all the men here today. Ask them to clean their house every day. If you ask them weekly once, not same day, different day, they will do it. Very nicely they will do it, okay? They will not forget whether it is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday or next, because the best example I say, I remember the college days, okay? In university days. You go to any men's hostel, ladies hostel we are not allowed. You go to any men's hostel, boys hostel and girls hostel, okay? Most of the boys hostel, you can see a path. In the room, literally there will be a path, okay? From the room to the bed and from the toilet, you understand? There will be a real path, means everywhere dust, this is the path. Maximum, not all, maximum. Whereas if any girls hostel, women's hostel, very neat and clean. So, just I am trying to highlight this aspect. Here what happens, the parents while upbringing girls, especially, now here, this son is being upbringing time, son is a high dude. Now girls also picks up, starts talking some other thing. Now there is competition and comparison. And the worst part is one child. course, this is the worst part. Whether it's one son or one daughter, both are dangerous. And what happens after the marriage or so-called relationship? I'm using the word so-called relationship because they don't understand what is relationship, okay? Then what happens? There is only comparison and competition. So when there is comparison and competition, there is no relationship. In relationship, can you compare? Can you compete? A relationship cannot build up with comparison and competition. Cannot stand. But it's unfortunate thing. Both men are stupid, both men and women, both of them are stupid. However, bringing back the topic, I do not know why I picked up, okay? Some thread I must have picked up somewhere, I'm sorry. This is what me in my life, what can I do? Coming back to the point here. So let me dwell upon this way of meditating, and where I am free from everything. Then only what happens? Next, let us read. Yad vibhati sadanekadha brahmat nama rupa guna vikriyatmana hemavat soyama vikriyam sada Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani. So Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani, that is the context. So here he says, Yad vibhati sadanekadha brahmat. So that means Sat anekadha. Even though it is one reality, but it appears. It is visible, it is being illumined differently, variously, and because of what? Brahma, because of the delusion. And of course, Nama, Rupa, Guna, Vikriyatmana. And what it happens? Beautifully says, look, it assumes as what? Nama, names, Rupa, forms, Guna, different type of qualities, Vikriya, means some changes goes through. How? Give the example. Hemavat Swayam Avikriyam Sada. Beautiful way. Hemavat means like gold. So how the gold appears different. But Avikriyam, even though it goes through all sort of modifications, assumes, same gold, assumes different name, different form, qualities, whether it is 18 karat gold, 21 karat gold, 24 karat gold, you understand that qualities? Ladies knows better, okay? They will say, look, only bring, in Indian ladies they will say, only bring from Dubai, don't bring any gold from Europe. Because for Indians, European gold is not good. So because the carat is less. That's why I am not telling you jokes, this is the truth, this is the reality. When any flight comes from Dubai, all the custom officers in India, very careful, alert. So their eyes will be, they know, like sniffers, okay? They start smelling, okay? How you are bringing what? No, I am not telling this is the truth. Whereas if any flight comes from Europe, because from Europe, nobody will import or nobody will bring electronic gadgets, it's very costly. No gold. So maximum things what you can bring? Some chocolates, some olive oils. You understand? Or sometimes bidet. Other than that, what can you bring, please? So what they do is, they don't bother. I'm not telling you jokes. I have observed this thing in Delhi. I have observed also in Chennai. Except small airports, okay? That's another thing that they don't understand from which connecting flight you are coming. They don't bother at all. So coming back to the point, because I dragged these qualities, okay? 18 karat, 21 karat, 24 carats, all these things. So, Hema, the gold, being the same, being one, goes through changes. In the form of name, it is called bangles, it is called ring, it is called, Chudamani, crest jewel, it is called necklace or chain, whatnot. Based on the form, it has a name. Also, it has quality. But the gold by itself never goes through any change. Being changeless, this is the most important point. Being changeless goes through changes or appears as though it is changed. That too with a different name, different form, different quality. So also me, being changeless, this is called understanding, goes through different changes. I have a name, different type of names. Somebody calls me dude, somebody calls me very good, you understand? And the worst part is somebody calls me dude now, next moment says very bad, you understand? And also my form keeps changing, not only physically, mentally, of course, all the time. And the qualities. But me being the same, this is personally look at. Here the Brahman, the totality. That appears as though different, with different names, different forms and different qualities. But remember, never goes through any change at all. And that Brahman is me. Let us look at the next verse. Panchakastyanat param parat param pratyagekara samatma lakshanam satyachit sukhamanantam avyayam brahma tattamasi bhavayatmane. Says, look, yat chakarastya anaparam and parat param. So this parat param and anaparam, generally if you look at this para means absolute, supreme. Sometimes we use in the terms of very subtle, especially when we are trying to arrive at the point called gross and subtle. The subtleness is being presented with reference to cause and effect relationship. So when we want to highlight the cause, the karanam, so that time we use param. So now here is, we say parat param. That means which is the cause for the maya. So that means there is nothing beyond, there is no other further cause. So that is very nicely, and which is also we need to look at anaparam, means there is nothing beyond this. And that is nothing called pratyak iti, means that is within me as pratyak atma, means very subjective. This is me, my personality you can say. So that means when it is in me, it is me. And it is called what? Ekarasam iti. So Ekarasam means the essence that which does not change. So the Pratyek Atma in me and Pratyek Atma in you. That's why it's called Pratyek Atma. The Atma in me, Atma in you are one and same. So there is no difference at all. And interestingly, that is what he says beautifully, Satya Chit Shukham Anantam Abhyayam. So he says Sat Chit, it should be Sat Chit, not Satya Chit. Is it Satya, is it in there? Okay. Okay, very good. If Satya Chit, no problem. So Satya Chit means here Sat, okay? Sat Chit Shukham Anantam Iti. So the word is being played little differently. Sat, that which is existence. Chit, that which is awareness, the consciousness. Shukham, the happiness. And interestingly, Anantam, Anantam means that which has no end. That is called infinite. Abhyayam, Vyayarahitam. So Vyayarahitam means that which never go through any decay, any changes. Undecaying. That happiness is Brahman, and that Brahman is me. So that means I really don't have to break my head. I really don't have to bother much. Let us read the next. Uktamarthamima matmani shriyam bhavayet prathitayurittibhidhyam samsayadirahitam karambubat tena tattvanigamu bhavishyati. Now it comes to this point. Uktam artham imam atmani shuyam bhavayet iti. So one must dwell upon. And of course, how? Prathita yukti vidhiya. So prathita yukti vidhiya means the logic, the argument that is being presented through this scriptural Shruti Sanmata Yukti. In keeping with the Shruti, in keeping with the scripture, the logic that is being presented. Now one is supposed to dwell upon this truth in the mind, and then what happens? Sansayadi rahitam karambubat. Until how long one should dwell upon this? He says, look, that long sansayadira karambubat. It's very nicely. We need to very nicely that when you hold ambubat, karambubat, when you hold water in your palm, and definitely there will be no doubt about the water. Sometimes we say that haste amalakabat, hasta amalakam, that's why. Amalak means the gooseberry that is in your hand. How clear and you know this is. So also when especially we do sankalpa. So there are two types of sankalpa. South India they do this way mainly. Of course this goes in Vedas wise mainly. Krishna Yajurveda, Krishna Yajurveda they do this thing. Whereas Shukla Yajurveda and mainly North Indian people they do this way. Keep the water here and do it. That's why you can see all these Puranas and all these epics, all these movies when they give Avishapam. Not this way, okay? They will take the water here. Because you charge the water and use and it works. However, that is not the point here. So what he is being said, Karambubat. So when the water is on your palm, how clear it is.